Hello. Interestingly, for some reason today, one of my old, webcam assets, stream assets, something that shows my visage was just there for some reason. So, I can have two of me now, if I want to. Just for no reason. It's a second me. Hello, Pyromancer. I don't know why. I remember I had to create an entirely new capture just to fix that problem. But the problem went away, so I am fine once more. Nothing's changed, really. Yes, you do. Ray redeemed a sketch last time I was streaming. And specifically requested either a waving or dancing pose, so I went with a waving pose because dancing seems a bit difficult, if I'm going to be honest. So I've grabbed this fun little pose here. And I'll just be working out a simple sketch with it. I want it to be a bit bigger, though. Thank you, Windows Threat Defender. You've done nothing as far as I can tell for the entire time I've ever owned this computer. Alright. So, first things first, I'm going to try and continue to do the technique that I picked up from watching Ina streams. I wasn't actually expecting her stream from earlier to have ended this quickly. Fortunately, I only had to delay for a little bit. So it's only, what, 5,000, I think? It's doable in, I don't know, that's a couple weeks worth of streams. Although I do stream less now, so. Not too difficult. What? Alright, what is... Ray, welcome as well. Okay, I think I want to drop down the hardness. No, that just makes the edges more blurry. I'm trying to figure out how... it's probably not with... Oh, maybe it's in realistic brushes. I'm trying to figure out the proper brush setting where, what is it? Oh, maybe if I drop down opacity. Yeah, that's it. Because I always see her just like, oh, here's... And the more important bits get darkened in a little bit. Okay. I'm fairly certain I've figured that little detail out. Just increase the size. So what do you think of this pose, Ray? This look fine? Alright, head. Arona! Hello, Aaron. Hope you're doing well. Pose is fine? Alright, good, good. Alright, so... Ooh, this brush is actually a lot of fun to play with. Just working with darkening certain areas. Alright. That should probably get turned into a bit more of a hard corner there. I am doing fine. Ooh. That is... the, believe in you speech. Alright, let me pull that one up. Because it's actually, a bit longer. I did have an idea for a new redeem. Which was just a redeem for... What are they called? I've had the word in my head. Yes, it is. It is that speech. But what are... There's a specific word. I think it begins with an E. No, it's not eulogy. That's when someone... That's like what you say for someone when they die. What is it? Ooh, this is bothering me. Because I had it in my head all day today while I was at work. I was trying to think of various different ones that I could recite. But it's basically just various different, slightly longer speeches. Amusingly, the only ones that would come to my mind were ones that, monologue? That might be what I was thinking of. No, I think it actually is. That makes sense. Yeah, because, yeah, no, it was monologue. The only two that I really thought of were, because I just recite this one to myself anyways, was the initial Elden Ring trailer. But also the, Cave Johnson Lemon speech, if you aren't aware of what that is. It's from Portal 2, where Cave Johnson responds to the "When life gives you lemons, make lemonade." And he says instead of making lemonade, he's going to get his engineers to invent a combustible lemon that'll burn your house down. Amusingly, the only monologues I can think of are ones said by very angry people. So the exact opposite of what I traditionally do, but I just tend to like them a bit more, I suppose. Alright, so, back on track. They typically are, yes. Let me... Where is it? Here we go. Head over to this screen. Unfortunately, I can't unplug my tablet to plug in my webcam, so you're just going to have to deal with me blank-facedly staring into the camera for this one. BGM off. There we go. Yes, because if I unplug my tablet, then I'm... Oh. If I unplug my tablet, then it'll stop working and I'll probably need to reboot my computer for it to get back to working condition. So, believe in yourself. Not in the you who believes in me, not in the me who believes in you. Believe in the you who believes in yourself. Kamin is a real cool guy, huh? Gurren Lagann is definitely one of my favorite anime. This is something that I've actually been thinking about quite a lot recently, but I'm pretty tired of sad shows or things that have sad or nihilistic messages to them. I do. Wait, which phrase? I say a lot of phrases a lot. I remember I was talking with Aqua at one point. I was messaging her. And I said the exact same stock phrase that I say fairly frequently, multiple times in a row. You may be forgetting Pyromancer, but my memory is absolutely horrendous. Them? Right, right. Yes, good. Yeah. Hope you have a good day as well, Aaron, then. I actually have very few non-binary friends. This is actually the first time that I've ever had to remember pronouns, actually. Because back when I actually talked to people, it wasn't really something that happened. Too often, people using pronouns that weren't associated with how they appeared. I don't know how to phrase it properly without sounding insensitive. I don't know. It's just something that I've had to get more used to. Because I have not talked to new people in quite a long time. Oh, what? Please stay connected, tablet. It's a bit of a new experience for me. What is happening? Everything still seems to be in working order. Alright. Yeah, I've noticed that I think the cord on my tablet is actually starting to deteriorate a little bit, which is definitely unfortunate. I don't think that's something unusual. Red, hello. Have I seen you in my streams before? I feel like I've only ever... No, I think I have. At least once before. I think. I don't think please stay connected tablet is something unusual to say. I'd like my tablet to stay connected after all. But I'm very used to seeing you in, well, obviously Lucy and Allie's streams. Good to have you around, though. Now then, see if I can actually draw properly. First things first, let's get... It's just funny? I suppose. Alright. Oh, is my BGM still off? I think it probably is. I don't want to be sitting around in too much silence. Yes, alright. Come back. Alright, let's actually try and... Oh. Alright, so, head shape. Bit more circular, I suppose. Yeah, especially since I'm using a male reference, so... Head shape is going to be pretty different, especially considering anime proportions. Yeah. Yeah, that's also something to consider. I definitely wouldn't say chibi. What is it? I learned a while back that is it? The actual word chibi. I don't remember what specifically it was, because chibi is a slang term, and it means something. I'm trying to remember what specifically the word means, though. I think it's something along the effects of malformed, I think. Because chibi specifically, is it just slang for short? Because I feel like it's very specifically like you have to make the dimensions of the thing that you're drawing extremely non-standard. Alright. Time to figure out horns. Alright, let's just line over this. Alright, so this is just the shape looking at it from the outside. I think I'm fine. I just need to understand how everything works. It looks like that's sort of like that. And then that's the underside there. Okay. Move back over here. Alright. I'll just try and do it as it appears. And then I will, like, just freehand, what is it? The image that I just drew, and then I'll try and properly do it myself. I think I missed an aspect somewhere in there. I did also notice that I was having a lot of troubles with my computer. It booted up very slowly. And I'm not entirely sure why. I haven't actually been doing much on it recently, so a bit odd that it's being so temperamental right now. Alright, but that's about what it looks like, yeah. I think maybe see, is there any patterning on the horn at all? No, it doesn't look like it. I was wondering, because I know Kojiro has like this sort of pattern on his horns or something to that effect. I was just wondering if these were smooth horns or textured, but they look fairly smooth. Fun fact about the difference between horns and antlers is that horns are made out of keratin, but antlers are made out of bone. Which I thought would have been the other way around, because antlers are shed yearly, or seasonally, whichever. Regularly, at the very least. Whereas horns are a permanent fixture most of the time. Actually, okay, so yeah, that's a curling lock that goes down in front of the horn. Straight lines. See, I'm opening that image in a new tab. Just so that I can... Is it Control Plus is the zoom button? Aha, I see. Ooh. I accidentally just highlighted my entire screen. Alright, so just like the... This kind of pattern. Alright, I will keep that in mind. Alright, so I'm going to try and do curling hair without looking at a reference. I can't just be relying on other people's artwork for the rest of whatever. I'm just gonna try and draw this from memory. But if it turns out looking poorly, then I'll just go back. Yeah, no. Reference time. Alright, so let me just draw the general shapes that I'm seeing here. Like that, and then... Alright, I need a new layer for this sketch. Alright, like that, and then from there it goes back and around, and that one drops straight down, and then there's... Oh, this is tricky. I suppose it's because you actually need the hair strands to indicate the direction that the hair is moving. Because that is then crossing over there. Hair is difficult, huh? Oh no. Wrong thing, wrong thing. I thought I was on the eraser tool. Yes. Alright, so time to just zoom in on hair so that I can figure this out. I'm just going to take the outline. Let me draw this in white because it's a color that'll be a bit more visible. Outline the hair. So. Like that. But then that hair vanishes behind this other lock that curls in front. Okay, and that's sort of just shaped like a diamond. Ah, that's probably what I was missing. The hair should curve in a way that makes it look more three-dimensional. Alright. Just go all the way back. How far can I control Z? There we go. The hair's starting to disappear now. Oh, that's probably far back enough. I just didn't want to bother with erasing properly. I feel like once I actually properly get used to drawing like this, it's going to become a lot easier for me to do. Sort of like how it was when I learned how to draw braids. And I just realized I forgot to close my window earlier. So the sounds of traffic might be slightly more audible. I think I've also made this hair a bit long. More just practice than anything right now. Alright. Since that one's going over, this one's going under. Which means the curve should be going like this. And then this one... I think that's around where it ends, actually. You zoom out. Yeah, around neck length, I suppose, so... Ooh. I can probably reasonably end the hair around here. Okay. Right, I cannot be dealing with an eraser that large. I definitely don't have a fine enough pressure to be able to draw with that. It's actually been a while since I've drawn. I don't think I did any drawing off stream since last I drew. Which is definitely not good practice. I'll have to get back into a better habit, I suppose. Just haven't had anything that particularly struck my fancy. I suppose it's better to not draw it at those points if I'm not really feeling up to it. Hmm. I'm trying to think of, what was it? Right. I was also planning on just opening a, what's it called? The website that allows people to anonymously ask questions. Since I'm so bad at coming up with topics myself, I thought it'd probably be a good idea to, let other people do it for me. Alright, and I'll probably fade those out, because they should probably be, what is it, a brown color, so that they don't completely contrast with the horns. Alright. See, fortunately the head is just straight on, so I'm going to do a pro artist trick and just copy and mirror this horn. Because drawing horns is difficult. I learned that when I drew an emote for Kojiro. Unprompted, by the way, he didn't ask for it, I just felt like doing it for him. And I believe it's still the one that he uses. Oh, that's pretty flattering. Yeah, upscale the width. Let's see, I think there's a free transform option. I'll just increase the size that way. Ah! I dropped my pen. I don't need my pen, really. This is definitely something to do with a mouse. Just increase the width. And that sort of helps. But it definitely makes the actual proper curve a bit wide now. I don't know. Let's see, how does that compare? Yeah, it definitely curves out too far to the side. Let's see. Is this something that I can fix with just free transform? Or is this something that I'm just going to have to redraw? Where is it? There's, I know there was a way to just mess with things. Just erase and rotate portions. Oh, wait. Let's see. No, that's not really helping, is it? Oh! No. I don't think that's quite what I was looking for. That's almost completely unrecognizable. Alright. It's fine. I'll just have to, see, try doing this. Just section off a piece of horn. Rotate. Reconnect there. Let's see. Where's the eraser? Oh. Oh. Alright, wait. So, I'm actually just going to have to cut this onto its own layer so that I can erase it at will. Oh. And do what I did before. Oh, too far. Too much rotation. Please revert. So now, if I do that, that's a bit more accurate, yeah. Alright, so now I just erase the other horn. And flip and rotate this one. What a process I've created for myself. This is the right... Oh, wait, no. I can actually just merge this with the layer below it. So now I have one fully formed horn. Now, where's the copy option? Copy and paste. There. I need to rotate it a little bit. There we go, horns. Oh. Alright, well, now I can get back to drawing more hair again. Yeah, I don't think this is hair that I can copy. I don't want to copy and paste too much with this art. Also, I should, now that I'm thinking about it, I've gone to all this trouble and detail, and I have not even put a face on yet. Let's drop the opacity even more on that. Alright, so head face is pretty straightforward, looking slightly off here. Yeah, I just need to know where the face is going to be. I'll just... Hi. Oh, wait, no. I think that's a bit too close to center face, right? Yeah. A bit further to the side. Oh! I did something strange there. See, I think I actually want to change the angle that that face was. More looking up. Looking up is sort of a nicer facial expression than looking down, I feel. Because how I had drawn it before, it looked a bit condescending, I suppose. Alright. Just nose. Oh. Nose, mouth. Just put a little smile on for politeness. There we go. Alright. Back to hair. Alright, so like this. Curving like that, so then the rest of the hair comes from underneath. Alright. Get the harder outlines here. And just have it fan a little bit here at the end. Alright, and visible hairline, everything drawn straight back between the horns. Very voluminous hair. Let's see. Top of the head comes about mid-horn. Alright, and then hair itself. Alright, rough chop just above shoulder height. It looked like... what was it? Okay, I don't think it actually comes out that far. Like, for the most part, it's generally fairly hidden behind the front locks. Alright, so. Time to start constructing a body, I suppose. The proportions of this shadow figure, definitely weren't the best, I suppose. I suppose it was a good enough guideline. It's helped me out thus far. Yeah, this is just a big mascot suit surrounding the actual body. And then hand. I'll fix you later. Oh wait, you know what? Let's just re-examine this arm that is half a foot long. Looking at the proportions of the rest of the body, absolutely horrifyingly short. Alright, maybe I went a bit overboard that time. But I think I actually did have something going here with the actual proportions that I did for the arm initially. What's happened? Right, I know what's happened. Arms curve outwards, not inwards. Alright, let me just take a look at the reference here. Doing this with my own body. For reference. It's a bit more difficult because I don't have sleeves to work with here. Yeah, exactly. So I need to figure out how arms do that. How does arm? Alright, I think I just have to ignore the one part of the arm in front of the other, because that doesn't actually come into play here, it doesn't seem like. Maybe a little bit like that. Just gonna actually try a little bit with this hand. Not too difficult, it's just a sort of flat wave. It already looks a bit wonky, but that's fine. I'll just go back over it a little bit more. Fingers. Hand too high up? Not a problem. Just drop... Oh, no, that's not what I meant to do. Drop it down a little bit. There we go. Rough hand. All of the fingers roughly the same size. Can't even tell that this is drawn by an amateur, can you? Okay, I need more straight lines here. So, arm, arm. I feel like drawing loosely is just messing me up more than if I make straight lines. Incredible. Alright. Okay, so I need to make sure I am reading this properly. So that is the side of the body. So like ribs are here. So the center line of the chest is sort of like this, right? Right, me? Maybe a bit further over? I think that's about right. Alright, and also if I'm stopping at the same place here, which is around mid-thigh, that also means that I also just have the wide dress that starts at around the abdomen? Right, no, it's, I have it curving in the wrong direction. It should start like this. Sort of a bell shape, I suppose. Alright. Let's actually draw a little box around this. So, that is the area that the drawing will take up. I wish there was just a way to hide that bar down bottom. It's very distracting. I just want to constantly close it.
Very gracious of you, Master.
Oh, welcome back, Mitz. That's our 5th month. One more and you get the rainbow pants. Thank you for the bid as well. I hope you've been doing well. Right, I haven't been able to get to too many of your streams recently. Good, good. Glad all is well with you. Right now I am working on a channel point sketch that was redeemed by Ray Demon. It was a bit of a fun little experiment, I suppose. It's the first time I've ever actually gotten a... I think it's the first. No. Aqua got one first. And I believe they actually still use the drawing that I made them. Which is the... At the very least, the last time I tuned into one of their streams, they still had the drawing of the cow set as their desktop. Alright, need to puff up these shoulders. Add some volume here. I feel like I've made the slope of the shoulder a bit too smooth. Shoulders should be a bit more hard angled, I suppose. And there's actually a hard line here as well. Tricky. Very tricky. Alright, well, I'm going to be doing this properly. I should make the puff happen at exactly the point of embroidery, I suppose. And there's fabric wrinkles, I suppose. It's very difficult to depict, I said. Alright. Every time I say I suppose, I need to get called out for it. Because I almost said it twice in back-to-back sentences. Yeah. Yes, I suppose an I suppose counter could be warranted. Yes. I have far too many just stock phrases. I remember back when I was in education, I annoyed quite a lot of my friends by just repeating the same things over and over again whenever I couldn't think of anything to say. To the point where I gave them permission to hit me if I ever said something that annoyed them, or not that annoyed them, if I said something that I say too frequently, and I had a list of various things that they were allowed to hit me if I said that, just so that I could be trained out of saying them. And it worked. It absolutely worked. I just need a system in which it's possible to do that over stream. Yes, I have very weird priorities whenever I'm drawing. Where I'll just go back to an area that I finished and be like, oh, I could add a bit more detail into this and make it look a bit better. That's sort of how I did my entire first drawing of Hololive. Alright. Now that I've reached a somewhat passable portion, I'm actually going to open that up just so that I can take a look at the layers, because it's been quite a while since I even looked into it. Where was it? Archived art, I believe? Yes. Do I still have the editable file for that? I might not. No, I don't think I saved that. That's unfortunate. Because I'd be very interested in looking back at what I actually did with layers there, because I had definitely not figured out how to do things properly at that point. Oh, no. I do have it. Let's just take a look. This was my first ever drawing. Look at all these layers that I have. Look at them all. And none of them are organized. The outlines for the wings are their own layer on Ina's outfit. Oh, that's some of the color of Ina's clothing, but not all of it. Like, my goodness. I'm amazed that I actually, like, did anything. What is this even disappearing? Oh, Ame's monocle. The little bit of nothing up there. See, I remember Callie specifically was a whole bunch of weird priority layers. Yeah, like, really. Yeah, because I didn't have outlines on their own separate layer, I don't think. So let's see, let me find the very top. This is Callie's outline. Guess what? I didn't separate Kiara's hair from Callie's outline. It's not even all of her outline, it's just her head. Let's see, here's the hair color. Because I remember I would just go back and change things. Because I'd be like, oh, I can do this a little bit better, and then I'd not care about layer priorities. Because, like, so I've just made Callie's skin invisible, but this portion here and this arm here, still completely visible. Because I just didn't know what I was doing at this point. And this was also drawn with a mouse, so remember that. That can go away, and I can get back to what I was properly doing. I can also get rid of this shadow. Okay. Yes, fortunately it's not a skill that I had to learn because I got a tablet very shortly afterwards. I feel like I've actually started the dress portion of this a bit low on the body. I feel like it should actually even be maybe a little bit higher. But also, I don't want to have to redraw everything. So I think it'll suffice. Okay, I think think I'm just about ready to get into a bit more detail. The little ribbon. What do you mean by that? And there is the ribbon here. I assume that's what you're talking about, but I haven't drawn any ribbons on mine. Yeah. Well, for some reason the drag and move the canvas around button gets stuck on sometimes. I don't actually have anything else to add to that. Just a bit of information, if I ever move the canvas around more than it looks like I should. Alright. Let's see, does this really curve up more? No, I don't think so. I feel like I have something missing with perspective here. Oh, there's just so many things I don't know about art. I should really try and learn properly more. Alright, but as is... let me actually just combine all of these rough layers together. Come on. Why do you not want to combine? Is it because I have everything selected? Will you do it now? Oh, I was pressing the wrong button, that's why. Alright, give me that border back. There we go. I can drop the opacity and get started on the real drawing. On the correct layer. Alright, this is where I'll add, like, proper details and stuff, so... Bottom of the head. Alright, let me... look at eyes. Just getting the shape in my head. Alright, I think I can get that. Alright. Alright, maybe I should be looking directly at a reference when I do this. Just undo it all. Alright. Alright, zoom out a little bit. Something that I actually did a fair amount when I was younger was draw using direct reference. I say a lot, I think I did it twice. But I was generally pretty good at it, I feel. I don't know. I don't actually remember too much about it. I just remember thinking that they actually looked reasonably close to what I was drawing with reference to. Alright. Now I'll try and invert that without looking at original reference. In fact, oh, I've done it again. Alright, time to cut something onto its own layer for the umpteenth time. Get up there and combine with the sketch layer, please. Alright, let's try and get that reference back into its correct spot. There we go. That's pretty good. Alright. See, what are some things that have happened recently? There's the Niji Sanji auditions that have opened once more. I'm wondering if that's something that I am actually considering. I don't think I am, really. Because even if I were to pass the Niji Sanji auditions, it feels like it would just be a bit inauthentic. Because I don't watch any Niji Sanji creators except for like Hanamakia. And that's almost a gimme because quite a lot of people watch Hana. I don't even watch any of the EN members of Niji Sanji. But I wonder if one of the things that I was considering is applying just because I can. And then if I were offered a position, I don't think I'd... Or if I made it through initial audition rounds, I don't think I'd try to go any further with it. Just for experience. They're mostly... the corporations are almost all on YouTube. So Niji Sanji and Hololive are both on YouTube. But the larger independents are almost entirely on Twitch. With people like Bao and... I think Artemis is actually on YouTube. I think I'd count Joel as a bigger independent VTuber. I don't know who else. I can't think of anyone off the top of my head, really, that I'd consider, like, super big league like that. I mean, there's also, obviously, the, V-Shoujo girls, who are all on Twitch as well. Alright. It's just hot. This is ridiculous. Can I do nothing right the first time? Alright, cut you onto your own layer. Recombine with the sketch layer. There we go, everything's back in one place as it should be. Alright, so. Hide the rough, how does that look? That looks fine. I'm satisfied with that. Alright. See, is that... Do I actually just go with the light smile that I have there? I think so. I think that smile works absolutely fine. I could do the anime shorthand trick where you erase like right in the center of the mouth, and it somehow manages to give the illusion of lips. So if you just take out a line there, makes it look like lips for some reason. I don't know the logic behind that, but apparently it works. Or I could just leave it as a simple line. Because I definitely don't trust myself to draw on proper lips. See, I'm gonna actually just try using a soft eraser. I feel like that'd probably give a better effect. Yeah. But you have, like, there is shine there. The lips are visible on the reference image that you have given me. I just want to, I don't know, highlight that a little bit. So I think that little slight erase is good for that. Also, oh, I need the hard eraser back. This is the line that I actually want to get rid of. Yeah, that's a face. Right, so the hair was probably fine as is. I'll try and go over it as close to what I had before. Same with the horns. The horns took a lot of time to draw as well, so those are going to get a near tracing from me. Come on. Just follow the lines. It's the simplest drawing practice ever. There's a moth back here. Hello, moth friend. You're getting a bit irritating. Alright. Not a big fan of how silent I go when I concentrate on drawing stuff. I know I've seen a lot of people say, oh, it's fine to have a couple seconds of dead air. But I really don't feel like it is. I know when I'm... Maybe this is just me being impatient. But if I'm watching a stream and I hear more than... I hear more than a couple, like, I don't know, seconds of silence, I'm like, it's a bit quiet, huh? Maybe a bit more conversation would be nice. I don't know. It's definitely something that I need to get better at. I think I need to actually just start keeping a journal. Because I know... What I'm fairly certain is the biggest problem is that I just cannot remember things to talk about. Topics just fly out of my head. No matter what I may do to try and capture them and keep them stuck in there. They just fly away. What is it? I still really want to do a stream where I look at the Elden Ring trailer and talk about my predictions and hopes for it. But I really want to have like a good like room for it. And I don't know what to do about that other than to really just draw it myself. And I don't really want to take the time to do that. I suppose I could just try and make something out of assets that already exist. Yeah, because all I have for a just chatting room right now is this room here, where I'm just sat against a flat background. Not very visually appealing. I mean, visually interesting, I feel like might be a better descriptor, not very visually interesting. It's got good wood paneling. But other than that, it's, you know, sort of just standing with my back flat against a wall. Yeah, I'm just trying to think what I'd like to do for it, honestly. Yeah, but I don't... So I'm definitely not a show you clips of a trailer in my bedroom type of person. I'd like to have more of a theater setup or something like that. Oh. Yeah, what is it? I'm thinking sort of like auditorium-esque. Yeah, that sort of like lecture hall almost. Maybe? Podium's kind of secondary concern, really. I'm trying to actually think where I would be standing amongst the display, really. Because sure, I am the one presenting. I suppose I should just look at how other VTubers have, like, chatting streams where they have a display up. Where they are watching something alongside the viewers. I'll probably just go off of that. Alright. So, what happens if I take away the sketch now? It's not looking that bad. I think I might want to drop the hairline down a little bit, actually. Ooh. Oh, that is a fair amount of forehead. Oh, right. Eyebrows. Eyebrows will help. So that's just going off of memory. Yeah, that's about the correct shape and distribution of width. Also, those little eye lines. A bit too much curve on this eyebrow, I think. All right. So actually, bring that up a bit faster. On the side there. Head was growing a bit too wide on that side. Alright. But that is head mostly done. Just missing color and details. Let me actually just get the diamond pupils in. Very similar to my pupils, actually. Don't know how visible they are right now. Aqua's came with color. So I might as well. Sketch is a very loose term with me. It basically just means full piece of art. because I don't know how to hold back. I just say sketch because calling it a full piece of art is going to make it... I feel like it would raise people's expectations a bit above the caliber I'm capable of delivering. So I say sketch, when in actuality I mean sketch plus. Sort of like, I know I've mentioned this a lot before, but I watch a YouTube channel called Overly Sarcastic Productions. And one of the things that they talked about was, they had a discussion on Hawaiian deities at one point. And I remember, what is it? When they were describing how, like, deities in Hawaiian mythos function, they talked about how they were sort of less than what would traditionally be considered a god, but more than a human. So they described them as humans plus. And they're basically humans, but they're a bit more than that. I think they were called Kapua or something like that. I don't remember. It's been a while since I watched that video. Although I do tend to rewatch Overly Sarcastic Productions fairly frequently. I think I might have missed that one on my most recent binge of all of their old content. Not all of their old content, obviously. They put out far too much for me to be able to rewatch it all in a timely manner. But I do just watch a lot of their content over again every now and then. Because it's just so interesting to me. They are actually the reason that I became interested in linguistics and etymology. Primarily because of their talks about Greek mythos, in which they will fairly frequently talk about how certain gods are described in early texts, and you can determine that based on the origins of names and various other factors like that. I remember very specifically the Hades and Persephone video stands out a lot in that aspect, as well as the Dionysus one. The Dionysus one especially has a bunch of very interesting little etymology tidbits that are so interesting to me. I'm trying to think what, like, they talk about Zagreus in that video, and how Dionysus and Zagreus are possibly the same mythological entity, because of their very coincidentally shared origins. That may not be a coincidence. Yes, the Dionysus one is actually very interesting. In Hades, there's a line that you get when you receive a boon from Dionysus, where he tells you to go play a trick on Orpheus, and tell him that you are the same god as Dionysus. And you go tell Orpheus that it's something along the lines of, hey, Orpheus, buddy, you know Dionysus and I are actually the same god, and Orpheus believes you in Hades, and that's why, according to that game's logic, Dionysus and Zagreus are thought to potentially be the same being. Because Dionysus wanted to play a trick on Orpheus. Just for fun. Just for giggles. So there's actually reference to that in Hades, which I think was very interesting. Yes. But if you watch the Dionysus video, he actually has a pretty terrifying origin. It's definitely one of my favorite videos from Overly Sarcastic. Very good. Alright. Let's see if I remember how to do elbows correctly based off of the book that Aqua sent to me. The elbow has sort of like a nub on it when drawn. Sort of like that. Alright, what does that look like if I get rid of the sketch? Not bad. Could probably look better. Yeah. Let me see if I can find it. I think it's just sat in my downloads folder still. Art Tips Collection. M.I. Yuli E.N. ebook Octobre something. Yes, I remember I think I was talking about how I was having difficulty drawing hands and feet, and they said that they had a spare copy of this ebook and sent it to me for what that is worth. Miuli Art Tips Collection. That's what it says it is. I remember I looked through this. I should definitely refer back to this more. They went out of their way to send it to me, so I should probably reference that a bit more. Alright. I need to actually just do proper art practice every now and then, just off stream. Because almost the only times that I actually do draw is on stream. I remember there was a time where I did some drawings off stream. That was a while ago, and I haven't done it so much, really. Alright, so if this is wrist here, and here, thumb here. Just draw simple fingers right now. I can figure out depth when I get to here. Just want everything in the right positions. Alright. Jumbo thumb. That's a hand. Okay. I'm trying to figure out what's bothering me about this perspective here. Because something's off with this hand that is waving. Ah! I've realized. The body line should be going this way, but instead I have it going that way. Because that shoulder is further back. It's just fundamentally an issue. That's unfortunate. I'm trying to figure out how I can quick fix this, if that's possible. Let me actually... No, it's possible to wave with your shoulder that's further back. It's just a bit odd. I just tried to experiment how it would feel waving with your shoulder that's further back, and it's not awful. It's not something that I would do willingly, though. We'll just say that you got caught at an awkward point, and you had no choice but to wave with the arm that was further back. That is the canon explanation for why the shoulders are backwards in this picture. Oh. Alright. This elbow's actually just about what I need it to do already. Good job, past me. You did something right for once. Alright, sketch be gone. Yeah, that looks pretty flat, huh? This arm sort of have a line there. That was intentional. Don't you worry. I know what I said. I feel like, a lot of my past is just plagued with minor mistakes that I definitely could have done better. I'm the type of person that will constantly think about what they did and how it could have been improved. For instance, I wish I had started drawing far earlier than I did. Because at this point in my life, I have like this level of aptitude for art, but if I had started much earlier with something that I'm finding that I have a fair amount of interest in, I could be so much further along than I currently am. And that's most of it. Most of it is, I sure wish I had done this thing that I realize I enjoy far earlier, because I could be either A, much better, or, no, I think much better is actually the only thing. I was going to say further along than I am now, but that basically just means the same thing. Alright, what happens if I zoom out? Okay. Let's try and make these fingers a bit more dynamic. Maybe this is something that I should be doing with the help of those art books that Aqua lent me. Okay. Maybe ambition was the wrong direction to go in. Let's go back to flat fingers. And just, I don't know, give them a bit more detail, I suppose. Try and make them a bit more dynamic this way. Alright. I'm at the very least going to define where the joints should be. And hopefully that'll make these look a bit less like a sketched hand. Alright. Let's get the thumbnail at the very least. I think that's actually a bit too showing. Where would the thumbnail be? Let me just... Okay. So if thumbnail is showing at all, it is just like the absolute minusculest portion of the thumb there. Nope. Hello, Alistair. Hope you're doing well. Afraid I missed this week's edition of D&D, and I have to go catch up on the VOD. Thanks for reminding me of that by dropping in as well. Trying to remember what specifically caused me to miss it. I think it was just because I was going to sleep at that point. I'll probably listen to that when I'm at work tomorrow. It'll give me something to do. I don't think there's any other streams that I necessarily want to catch live, so. Good amount of combat, I see. Perfect listening material. Alright, adding in these joints has actually clarified a lot for me in relation to this hand here. Remember back when I was a DM, I feel like the best part of what I was able to do was run engaging combat encounters. Because other than that, I'm not a particularly good DM. One of the things that I actually particularly enjoyed was creating homebrewed magic items to give to players. I'm very good at homebrewing. Or, if not necessarily very good at it, I have fun with it. Yes. Because I know my most standard complaint with D&D combat is that all that really happens is you walk up to an enemy and then attack them, and then they attack you, and then you attack them, and you repeat until one of you falls over. And I think that's unbelievably boring. So I homebrewed basically every single monster that they encountered, as well as all of their magical items. And I made movement a much more intrinsic part of combat. Just because I think it's a bit more engaging. And also because I watch anime, and that's how they do things in anime. They move a lot. The game that I DM'd was quite a while ago, so I don't actually have any good examples of, like, items that I had created back then. I'd open it up if I didn't feel like it would take too long. Because it's already getting kind of late for me, and I'm not really near finished yet. I suppose I am fairly near being finished, now that I think about it. Alright. Time for the area that I always struggle the most at. Attaching spheres. Alright. Art. Art, you confound me. Alright. Alright. Alright, I need to figure out how this is going. The body line is here, right? This perspective is... I have the body twisting in 5 different directions at once. You know what? I'm going to pop up a new layer right now. And pseudo erase this. I'm just covering over it in white. And I'm going to see what happens if I draw the body curving in the opposite direction. What is happening right now? Alright. No, that's not right. There we go. No, I was so close. I almost had it right. Alright. Either looks good. But I think this one does actually look better. Just... Here, let me zoom. Oh, never mind. Neither of them look good. Alright. I'll stick with the original. Goodbye, test layer, I hardly knew ye. Right. But I think the one thing that I will change about this is where the V of the collar is pointed. Because I think it just needs to be... further to this side here. And I think that actually fixes a lot of the problems that I saw. Yeah, you know what? I think I just fixed all of the problems I had in one simple line change. Yeah, I did. Oh, dear. Oh, dear me. Okay. Yeah, I've noticed that art does that quite a lot. Alright, so. You know what? I probably should have figured out that the center of the collar should also be where the torso line goes. Because that's how it works with collared shirts. Or shirts that button up down the center. Alright, so. Now that I have a center line, I can do this. Perfect. I'm all done. No. I think I'm going to need to work directly off of reference. Because this is just going to be a lot of shading and difficult line work. Alright, I'm just going to take a big old eraser and remove part of the background of this image. There. Okay, so. Oh, this is so tricky. Alright, you know what? Let's just draw the cat first. Oh! Almost started drawing on the wrong layer. So that's good. Right, also... Oh! I was going to say, also, I'm going to... What is it? Erase the center line? The line of motion? What's it called? It's the center line of the chest. That's good enough. And put that on the rough layer. There. So now I can just draw in reference to that. Okay. And not actually have it appear on the layer that I'm working with. Oh, goodness, art. Also, it's been a while since, I've had this sort of tone to my voice. Normally when I'm playing Octopath, I start to lose my voice in a way that hurts. But just doing art, I'm starting to lose my voice in the soft manner. Because it used to be that my voice would soften a lot, instead of just harshly disappearing after playing Octopath Traveler for 3 hours. Yeah, well, not doing it, or any harsh voices like, Alphen. I don't think I could even do Alphen's voice right now, even if I wanted to. Because it's... It's just in the throat. That voice. Almost entirely throat. And, I also just don't want to... I don't want to. I'm feeling very quiet and very tired right now. So... any voice that comes from my throat is going to be louder than what I want to do right now. I was gearing myself up to try to do it. And then I was like, I just don't want to. I'd prefer to, remain reserved. Alright. So I think I think the issue that I'm currently having is... how to describe it? There's no lines here. There is no line that goes like that. Because it's 3D. The differentiation is entirely in shading. I've drawn the correct shape. This is the shape that is made, sort of. A little bit. But it's entirely in shading. And I think, actually, this can be improved a little bit if I make the line of the body go up at a sharper angle. I think that's a problem that'd just get fixed if I were coloring, because I'd be able to add shading and like it's hard to draw a sphere in front of the shoulder. All right. I'll take your word for it. I don't know what I'm doing with art. I just draw. I just draw and hope things look good.
Greetings to one and all.
Oh, Freya!
Please,
Welcome, welcome.
stay.
Been stopping by quite a lot, haven't you? I hope you're doing well. Right now I am doing a sketch for Ray Demon, who redeemed the sketch channel point for 5,000. And I'm currently struggling quite a lot with this aspect. Let me actually just take a look without the guidelines.
Please.
Hello, thank you for the follow, Han96. I feel like I'm running into my limits right now. So, what were you up to, Freya? If you've stuck around? I'm gonna draw the cat. The cat'll be easy. It'll, help me define depth, I suppose. Alright. What was it that I said? I suppose? That's the word that I'm trying to, reduce in my lexicon? I don't remember. So easy for me to just fall into saying the same things over and over and over again. My brain just slip and slides right back down into that safe spot of words that I say frequently. Right. Oh. That'll do. Alright. I'm just going to flat in some colors because I think I just need it. I need a break from drawing lines. Alright, you can go. I don't need that reference anymore. And now... box all that off. Let's add some colors. Ooh. Sketch can go as well. Oh. Alright. Apply close the gaps, please. This is a sketch after all. Alright. Let's just get all of the skin, the same skin. Alright, and then I can figure out details from there. Alright. Where's the... what is it? Magic wand? Alright. So... I'm trying to remember... what was the brush I found that blends really well? Light ink, was it? I feel like it might have been. Well, if it wasn't, it's doing a pretty good job. Oh. Alright, time to Control Z all the way back to the beginning. Oh, too far back. Because I need to make this on a new layer. Because... am I a fool? Alright, couleur. Oh, fill bucket, right. I thought I was on fill bucket, but apparently redo isn't that powerful. Or undo, not redo. Opposite of redo. Ba, ba, ba. Alright, back to where I was before, and now... I wish there was a way to do this easier. Lock transparent pixels. There we go. So now I don't have to worry about everything becoming partially see-through. Because blending, for some reason, brings invisible pixels along with it. Alright, I need to get back to the other pink that I was using. Other skin color. Alright. Oh, this magic selection tool has made my life infinitely easier. Allowing me to draw shadows like this so unbelievably easily. Oh, right, there was this little speck of not colored portion here. Come on. Right. I need to unlock invisible pixels. Nope. Oh, colors on top of sketch? Color go below sketch. Make my life easier for me. Alright. Now I just need to do this a bit more carefully than before. Oh, no. Wrong color. Back to the other pink. Oh, transparent pixels aren't locked. Time to relock transparent pixels. I need a hotkey for this. There has to be a way to do that. Alright. I suppose a little bit of shadow along the top here. Just because it seems a bit off not to. Okay, now for actually the tricky part, because I put a whole bunch of lines in the hair. I actually just have to color this all in manually. Unless... Alright, I think I have an idea of how I can make this work. Alright, but once again I have to unlock transparent pixels. Alright, because if I just do that, and then like that, and now if I take fill bucket and I set it to refer only to editing layer, there we go. Huzzah! Alright, well that'll make it easier to just fill in chunks of hair. And I can just worry about the finer details afterwards. Huzzah. Oh, so useful. I think this might have been the original strategy that I used when I was filling in large areas. I'm just rediscovering it now. Because that would have been a pain to do by itself. Right. Now then, time to just fill in the finer details. Alright. I'm actually just going to color in the hair because I have to get to sleep. Because I have work tomorrow. And I need to be in bed in 1 minute if I want to get a full 8 hours rest. So I'll just finish up with what I'm working on right now. And then I might come back to this on a second stream, or I might just finish it off stream, whichever one you prefer, Ray. I can go at this again next time I do art, or I can just finish the coloring and shading off stream and deliver it to you at some later point. Up to you. Oh. I'm just gonna finish this for sure because I hate to leave things partially finished. Just getting all of the final details of the hair colored in. Alright. Maybe I should use a slightly smaller brush. Size 30 is proving to be a bit too much for these looser strands of hair. Well, this is just about right as well. Fun. This flat line isn't actually doing me any help either. I went past where I was going to with a lot of these strands. Right. Rounded eraser doesn't look great, but I'll be able to fill it in with the slightly sharper, smaller strokes of the brush. Alright, I'm definitely getting pretty tired right now. My ability to speak is greatly diminished. Just gonna chunk that out a bit, but I can sharpen it up. Alright. And then, if it's all the same to you, then I think I'll... Let's see. What's tomorrow? Tuesday, right? Yes. I think I'll take a crack at working on it on Tuesday, probably off stream, because I think it would be beneficial to me if I was able to quietly focus on getting things correct, rather than trying to entertain as well. Okay. Forgot I actually still had a bit to finish for the hair on this side. I thought I was done. Thought I'd made it out. 'Cause I don't have anything really happening on Tuesday. It's quite a bit of free time for me, fortunately. I do obviously have work earlier in the morning, but after that... Oh, you know what? I also still have Aqua's food redeem to cook. I got all of the ingredients for it. I just need to assemble it, and it takes a lot of time. Specifically, a lot of time not cooking, actually. Because it needs to be frozen for a little while. So perhaps when I am freezing it, I'll do some work on the art as well. Be finishing 2... I suppose it's a... You know what? Thinking about it now, I suppose my recipe redeem is sort of a commission. Food is art, right? I have a traditional art commission to work on tomorrow, as well as a food art commission. Yeah, the culinary arts. I actually almost went to a culinary school. But I pulled back from that a little bit. I much prefer home cooking over restaurant or established cooking. I'm a lot more free to fail with home cooking. I just didn't want to take cooking that seriously, I think. I don't take a lot of things very seriously. Despite what my demeanor would suggest. Yes, it's something about finally making something that you do as a hobby into a career, and the realization that it's a bit different. It's a bit different taking something seriously than just doing it for fun. Alright. That is hair done very flat. I didn't apply any of the lighter tones for shading, but I'll do that later. But for now, this is what I have. And I'm all sore and tired, but it was a generally good stream, pretty enjoyable. Thank you for sticking around for so long, Ray. Oh, and Guy with Pen, also greetings, I suppose. Didn't notice you come in. Hope you enjoyed watching my stream end. But that's going to be it for me. Let's see, is anyone actually online that I can raid? I feel like it's pretty late, right? Also, there's not too many people in here. Wow. I suppose people like streaming late at night. Yes. Next stream is going to be 2 days from now? On Wednesday, starting at noon Eastern time. I will be playing Octopath Traveler. So if you want to come to that, feel free to stop in. I don't do art too frequently. This is actually not a rare occurrence really, but not my main focus, I suppose. I'm a bit of a beginner when it comes to art. So yeah. Always good to see you around. I feel like I don't know. I said I feel like something. Yeah. Yes, that's going to be it for me. Thanks for giving the stream a bit of a chance then, Guy with a Pen. But that's going to be it for me. No raid today. Don't really feel like it. And I'm going to bed immediately afterwards, and I hate to raid and run, so I'll just let you all get on with your day. And go watch whomever you wish to. Yes, so good night all. Thank you for coming.